Welcome back to Sunless Sea, and we are off. The current plan is we're going to, with good amount of stuff, we're going to head south, and we're going to make sure that we hit up Gator's Morn, something like that, I think. And then we'll do kind of everything. We'll hit the Iron Republic, keep on going. We're going to try to do kind of a southern loop to clear some of this area, do our Empire of Hands quest. And as long as we were able to make it back to Khan, we should be able to afford more fuel, at least to survive to Mount Palmerston, which also has cheap fuel like the Iron Republic, which will take us the rest of the way here. Supplies, we'll just play those by ear. And I don't have any plans to do any major shipping other than the people on board. So we should have room if we were able to just keep taking stuff. And I will save my recent news for just about any other encounter, because that just gives me, I think, a Z-tail. So if we haven't used it, we'll stop off there at the end. And we're starting off with pretty low terror. We're in good shape. Yeah, I'll charge him. Oh, I don't want to ram him. We have no need for food, so we dissect. Gain fragments. 2 more crabs equals a secret. I suppose at this rate we might as well. We could just save the light if we're going to be red anyway. Oh, okay, we gained a green from the buoys. Alright, it's probably nothing. The ship slides into dock. Time passes. Has something changed? We can explore the town. Either no, just no. Well, we can... Or let's say, does this change things? You return to your ship and set sail. Back in London, the old folk tell stories about the countryside. It sounds terrible. Who knows what heathenry might take root in a barbarous backwater like this? It seems your decision was wise. As Mutton Island fades into the darkness, you see an Admiralty frigate making for the harbor. You've escaped. You have one intriguing snippet, and you've lost one terror. Interesting. Oh, the blockade of Mutton Island. An Admiralty frigate sits in the harbor. Most of its guns, you notice, are trained on the village. Slow the engines. The frigate is blocking the jetty, preventing you from landing. Turned away. Mutton Island is under quarantine. A wan outlook calls, in a shaky voice, until such time as proper manners and appetites are restored. You find no welcome here. You now have one. The support report for Quaker's Haven. Interesting. Support report. Quaker's Haven hasn't changed because it's higher than 0. Mutton Island's under quarantine. Okay, so this is off limits to us, I guess. Until we're able to do some sort of quest. Yeah, so we'll do Canal, Gators, College after Gator's Morn, and back to the Iron Republic. We're full health, so I'm kind of up to take down one of those dirty Iron Republic ships that has fired unprovoked at us so many times that it's really quite frustrating. Oh, crab. I want me a secret. I don't think that'll do it by itself. Very close, though. Oh. Too much side. Perhaps soon. There we got next adventure ready to go. Got our moves in the great game. And Nothing's a particularly great deal there. Yeah, there's almost no situation where I will go through that section. Maybe I should just go just to get it explored. Now's the time with heavy fuel reserves. That's close enough. Now the food might be worth it. Yeah, so getting as many supplies seems the way to go because we're trying to maximize money to buy upgrades rather than up our stats. Now, you know, we have never actually fought one of our own, though there could be ramifications for that. Let's see what happens. That type of health, let's just get in position. Dirty piracy. You've destroyed a tramp steamer. Innocent men and women are dead, but that's their problem. And yours, if you're caught. But let's not dwell on that. What now? Poke through the wreckage. Your crew is unhappy to be complicit in this crime, but obedient. Here's what they found. You've gained terror. You've a cache of curiosities. 3 supplies. Okay, so you can... It will increase terror, but it didn't increase suspicion or anything. That's not bad. Surprised I've never seen a like a frigate like this. All right, reverse. Main guns trained on him. If he continues his turn, it's greatly to my advantage. Full engines. We're gonna take a hit. Ouch. Alright, loot and scuttle. Fuel supplies and more fuel. Oh, we've got a dump. Couple fuel. Oh, we got a fire. Not good. Not that much damage. You know what? This might actually be... Let's do a repair. Because we've got extra supplies. Yeah, just stay on top of things. I mean, super expensive. I mean, we just used, you know, maybe 80 worth of supplies to repair that. But we're totally down for, like, a big fight. If we see something. Like 200 or 300 health, maybe. Though we can't just have a straight-up fight. We'll have to try to get around their backside. Ooh. Take them from me. Oh, this is our package. Which we're only going to really make 200 echoes from. But it's only 1 cargo slot. So that's... actually not too bad of a deal. How am I? Veils 60%? I am getting where that's almost worthwhile. Might be worth a try. Let's see what the consequences are for failing. I succeeded, and I have a port report. A steaming bathhouse on the spur of rock. Water slopes over the edges of tubs, but over the edge to join the Z far below. Scarred captains boast drunkenly of the prizes they've taken and the victims they've marked out. You listen from the shadows. Oh, there's more. Oh, never mind. And I guess my drop-off is probably at Port Cecil. So we'll do an explorer. This guy... Oh, I can turn the tables. Let's do it. Fresh from the sea. He has experienced horror and wonder, but so have you. And your tale is so much the fresher. You wrestle with each other's histories until he at last concedes, here, he says, this is where it all began. With the astronomer and the Ephemerides, he whispers in your ear. You've lost a Z in Tail Terror, you've lost 2 Terror, but 50 fragments, which has led to a secret. And I don't think there's anything. It's very expensive. That was a dumb move last time. Unstamped crate of brilliant souls. I can just sell them for 150 instead of 200. I can buy a concealed compartment, which is aft. I don't have an aft in this ship, so I cannot hide things anywhere. I just have to hope that I don't get inspected. But I technically have 0 suspicion, so hopefully that won't become an issue. That's a bit of a waste. It might be slightly more efficient to go this way. If we're going to maximize those echoes, we got to be efficient. Yeah, the funny thing is, even if I manage to get that engine upgrade, it's just going to make things more convenient. It's not actually going to make us any better with fuel or anything, because we'll be faster, but we'll spend fuel faster too. I mean, we'll have less wasted time slowly maneuvering, which is good. Yeah, so that'll probably put us on course. Oh, and then our secret. How should we spend it? We've reached 50 veils. Up the mirrors, perhaps? But the veils is what was helping us out, potentially do that port report up there. Choose mirrors. Let's keep up the veils. A bad angle. Though actually, the confusion they get when I turn the light off is pretty nice, so if I can get one of those higher end lamps, though that's probably further off, because that's could probably be 6,000. And I'm struggling for 2. Alright, already get supplies, beautiful. And then if we gather supplies, then we have even more supplies. Like how much? Okay, I can afford it. Afford to fit it, I mean. Oh, only 1 supply. And I lost a crew. Your crew returned sooner than you expected. 1 is nursing a badly bitten arm. Another bleeds from a scalp wound. A 3rd is missing altogether. Swarmed by Blimmingans, Captain. Survival tells you, shivering, never saw the little monsters coming. That's most unfortunate. Oh, I still have stuff awaits me. I can do a 2 round of supplies. Let's do it. Ooh, yeah. 3 supplies. No shops, but I am quite well provisioned. In fact, do I bother? Becomes the question. Because I'm not doing a port report, so I will gain 4 fuel. No port report. I will gain 4, lose 2. I don't know if that's how worthwhile that is. I could ditch, but supplies are just so much more valuable. I should but I won't be able to hit the geode. Okay, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be a bit of a wash, but I want to hit the geode while I'm down here. Oh, and there's potentially a good fight out here if we can get the jump on them. So maybe I turn off the light, maneuver around behind, and deal the killing blow. Oh, well, that's not necessarily what I thought about. Oh, he's turned aside. Oh. We're going to rush in. We're committed. Yeah, he turns about. I think I've got him now. Try to stay behind that. He got me. You destroyed the unfinished revolutionaries. Fragments of clay litter across the deck. They crunch underfoot like pot shards. Unfinished men do not surrender. What do we get? I got 1 fuel for 10 damage. Well, at least we got a fight out of it. And technically there's the golden boat. That's pretty risky though. Because they'll be putting out some serious damage. No music. A whale. I'm not doing that. Fund a project. Do I want to give up terror to not buy? I only want to buy fuel anyways. So fill her up. I'm happy with this. Guess due south. Avoid the fog if I can. Limits my options if we do run into one of the big boys. There we go. Oh, there's one. 400. Oh, he's on the prowl, I think. Turn away, turn away. Oh, I don't want to fight the fog, though. Or do I? Just want to go after his tail. He's quite the turner. Alright. Got him right where we want him. Oh, he's got a rear gun. Bastard. Oh, we're going to be taking some damage to pull this off. We can do it, though. We missed. Good. A couple more hits. We're going to take some, too. Oh, if we can stay on his side, that's even better. We've destroyed a Republican dreadnought. Give me something good. 3 Z soup. Yeah, if we get spare supplies, we can do some just overpriced repairs. Oh, I must have a secret to spend. Or a bit more iron. Not hurt. Let's keep the Valen. Oh, I guess I spent it. Oh, good enough course. Yeah, so we took a little less than 50 damage as a good reference, and we had the jump on him. If he had both his forward guns, we probably would have took about 100 damage. That's my guess, at least. Port report. And we shall speak again. Shakes our hand. Does good things for us. Nothing to sell. Yeah, so we can't go here, so we'll have to go to the port. We may need to fight that angler crab. Though I think we may be able to not take any damage on that. Yeah, now that things are discovered, it does feel slower. Because there is that excitement heading into uncharted waters, of course. Now we just want to get place to place. Need a speedboat. Oh, we are going to try to put a spy in for 100. Or actually, should I even pay the 100? It's because it's going to cost me. I mean, the hope is that it's going to make you some big money in the long run, but I need money now. $52 iron for that. So I do have some more iron to build. Let's see if there's any easy diplomatic agent. 20%. That's not very good. Operatives is troubled. Yeah, I'd rather just leave that be. Seek intelligence. Better nerk, the easier this will be. Yeah, I want at least a 50% chance. This, I don't have the stats to even have a 50% chance. Not looking spent. Should I take one sapphire maybe? Just to see what I can get out of it. I think I'll gotta write this sapphire down for 86. And let's see if we can sell it for more anywhere else. Then we'll know that that trade route is a good option. Now's the hard part. There could be something here. I don't know. Could be just wasting a lot of fuel. But we have fuel to waste. This is not a fight we want anything to do with. Oh, don't fly south. Fly south. Come on. Alright, looks positive. Let's see, I don't think we're going to avoid this terror. Nope. Oh, it's like, are they following me? Okay, so we'll have to descend into the fog bank, it looks like. Definitely not ideal. Yeah, so we'll dive deep. We're going to take a penalty for this. Oh, unless it's shallow enough. Oh, we can go due south, actually. Discovered Booble's Thicket. Okay, no port. Yeah, so if we just follow along it, possibly pick up another discovery. Unlikely if we've already detected that, though. We have green here. Yeah, so no ports. That one's not worth going to. Adam's Way here? I think that should be the case. And then kind of some unknown stuff maybe. Well, this, I don't know I can pick up fuel anywhere really. This highly speculative voyage. Oh, that's very bad placement for me. Oh, this is... I might have to burst with my engines. I can probably rush to there before they attack. Turn off my light. Oh, they got me. Okay, very nice. Do we need fuel? 20 echoes for fuel. Oh, but you can only do it once. I think it's worthwhile. Oh, you can keep doing it. Propagation, a light ship no more than 0. Might as well use this here. Go away. We'll lose up a little bit of supplies waiting here, though. So they head back to their spawn. Yeah, let's see if we can loop around them, though. Okay, so they actually... Oh, I fully repaired, so they did quite a bit of damage. Way more than that ship. Okay, this is still new territory. Which is worth seeing if we can get a discovery out of it. Okay, nothing. So now we want to head south. See if we can pick off some coastline. Avoiding birds. Very dangerous. I don't have... I sold my story. Like a fool. It's not too bad. Oh, actually... if I had the space, there are quests that require these. I'll just put a few in there. Then let me look at my estimated fuel needs. I know I can buy fuel here. Or here. It's like, maybe like 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as long as I got 10, it'd be nice to have 12, I'd say. That I know should work for me. And I can't do anything here. I can ask about foreigners. The soil of the elder continent is dangerous to incomers, they claim. Those who linger can contract unfortunate conditions, hysteria, rapture, animescence, and the rumors that the Presbyterian law offers no protection to foreigners after dark. Errant nonsense. Anything in the shipyard? Nope. Oh, is there anything... Oh, we might as well take a look. See if we can discover anything cool. Because they had all those wax storms earlier. But now... surely one of these is worth something. Oh, discovered the Dark Griffin Straits. Water's getting red. Only living ships may dare Adam's way and survive. Your hull shudders and crackles as the water grips. I'm just looking for discoveries. Oh, I'm actually taking hull damage. Let's get out of there. I'm still damaging. Okay, it looks like we're out of trouble. Alright, well at least that is explored. Ah, it didn't give me this. Yeah, so apparently there is a oh, actually we've actually already seen. Oh, no, I don't want a piece of that. I'm good. Yeah, just spin around in circles. Works fine for me. Anything there for me? Oh, oh. Oh, is he chasing? Was that? It's his light. Damn. Pushing it. Cool if they fought each other instead of me. Oh, that's quite a long one. I guess the whole fuel burns at full speed. Let's take advantage. Yeah, we've gotten lucky. No explosions. Oh. Is this a port for me? Oh, it's giving me green. Maybe being close to shore also gives it, in addition to buoys. What have I found? I've discovered Fort Erdonmez, Varchas. What is it? Oh, the mirrored city where light was always the law. The walled city of Varchas is a tangle of green vines and luminescent fungal flowers slow blooming around moldering stone. A quincunx of carved step towers rise over the walls and pour burning white light into the bleak sky. A rough shadowed path leads from the docks to the mirrored gates of Varchas. Two towering carved stone lamps throw their light on the angled mirrors, and a blue-cloaked guard stands in the reflected pool of light. The city is a beacon against the tree-hushed, sprawling darkness of the Elder Continent. In the far distance, a vast mountain glimmers. Choke on the smell, it is overpowering. The sailors wave you over. They are sitting on some upturned crates. Ask the guard a few questions. Never a bad idea to gather a little intelligence before heading into unknown waters or cities. The blue-cloaked guard only acknowledges your existence when you step out of the darkness of the path and onto the light from the lamps. Up close, the guard's blue cloak is threadbare and mossy among the hem. A pattern of embroidered suns runs along the collar, but the gold thread is dull. The kohl around her eyes is smudged. Well, Temas, she adds, are you going to ask your questions, or are you just going to stare? Her tone is brusque, but her expression is curiously eager. You do not think Varchas receives many visitors. Your name is not Temas, you correct her. No, let's not do that. Does she like her job? Ask about the city's customs. Best to know them. Don't touch the mirrors. Don't even look into the mirrors, she said, her voice, and try very hard not to dream. Were you expecting something along the lines of don't murder anyone, or only wear red on special occasions? Still, you nod and smile. Ask about the light. We must always walk in Mihir's light, so we burn our lamps night and day to banish darkness from the mirrored city. She tells you proudly, if we let darkness corrupt us, we would not be Varchasi any longer, but Temas, like you. You wander. Is that so terrible a fate? Her mocking laugh answers you even before her words do. Yes, it would be terrible indeed, Temas. And before you ask, she adds, no, I do not have any desire to leave Varchas. The rest of the Neath has fallen from Mihir's grace, and I have no wish to join them. I have no more questions. We're good. We good. Let us compile a port report. Tone down the details of the light and its brilliance. You don't want to inspire envy in the Admiralty staff. And we will ask, we wish to enter. She makes a mark on her ledger before ringing a brass bell. The mirrors of the gates rearrange to give you space to pass, but never once allow shadow to touch the guard. Our ways are not yours, Temas. Remember that, and walk in the light of Mihir. So we'll try to walk in the light if we can. Your eyes are blinded by the brilliance of the light. The verdant rot smell is even thicker. The heat is so much flame and reflected light presses oppressively against your skin. Your head pounds. It is a few minutes before your eyes adjust and you can look around. Brass lamps and gilded scones hang from every wall, and phosphorescent fungus grows moss-like upon doorways and ceilings. Cunningly arranged mirrors catch every droplet of light and diffuse it till each cobblestone and rampant part of the city is drenched and blazing and utterly without shadow. Who do you speak to? The firekeeper? The white-cloaked guard? Fungus Carter? Time to venture over the outer district. The jewel. He is winking at you. That is a furtive wink, or a flirtatious one. Only one way to find out. He looks overjoyed to make your acquaintance, the bangles on his wrist flashing as he presses his hands together in greeting. My friends and I would be honored if you would attend a small gathering with us, Temas. Or is it Temas? Ta-amas? I say Temas. We are so eager to hear about the world outside Varchas' city walls. It seems an innocent enough invitation, but then why does his gaze dart around so anxiously as he tells you how to find his mansion in the Eastern District? Your eye... Okay. Okay, so we have an invitation. Let's talk to the guard. Oh, Tames. He presses his hands together in greeting, then gives you an anguished look. You look terrible. Are you sick with a terrible outsider's disease? Or is that what your nose is naturally like? Over your protestations, he gives you directions to the hospital. Oh, the medics are all butchers, to be sure, but they walk in the light of Mihir, he adds breezily, and then points out the guardhouse in the vague direction of the Temple of Mihir, and a street of bars and gaming houses. We don't want to get a reputation for being inhospitable. He laughs as if he has made a grand joke, and you laugh along weakly. Got a fragment. A firekeeper, dressed in all in saffron, a pair of thick fireproof gloves dangle from a silver chain at her waist. I'm too important to play guide to you, Temas, she tells you before you even open your mouth. I'm the keeper of the Western Principal Mirror. She points up to the enormous multi-faced mirrors set atop each of the city's 5 towers. I'm only here because I'm looking for my idiot brother. He is probably busy pouring wine down some pretty dark-eyed boy's throat in a tavern. Is it a matter of great urgency, you wonder? He's late for his lamp checks in the sacred district, is her terse reply as she hurries away. If the Agnahorti found out, he'd be lucky to end up a lake dredger. Memory, and maybe if we run into him, we can say something. We must continue our explorations into the outer district. Time to venture further. The mirrored city gleams invitingly. You'll get used to the smell in time. Walk galleried courtyards wreathed with vines and fungal blooms. Long, straight roadways crisscross the length and breadth of Varchas, the stone worn to the wheels of the carts and the treads of thousands of slippered feet. Lamplighters constantly check the fuel levels of the scones and replace wicks. Firekeepers check the coiled spring mechanisms that control the angle of the mirrors. There's much to explore. Where will you go next? We have the entertain. There are bars, hospital, the guardhouse, the mansion of the youth. That could be trouble, so let's wait on that one a little bit. Oh, there's also a pilgrimage we can do. Apparently, if we make everybody happy. Let's go to the hospital first. You're feeling a little fevered. Do you hope to learn medical secrets, or perhaps just enjoy the moans and flustered faces of the sick and suffering? Charitable Hospital is a long galleried building divided into a series of curtained wards with their own light sources and mirror series. A dour-faced nurse glances at you expectantly. What ward are you here to visit? Fungal infections? The mirrorless room. The ward is locked several times over, and the door-faced nurse looks uncomfortable when you mention it. The open ward, you see patients on their beds, playing card games. Offer the services of the brisk campaigner, of the haunted doctor. Offer your services. I'm not good enough. I need their storylines to be advanced if I have them. They keep it cool and closed off. The doctors and nurses all wear masks as they enter. How bad could the fungal infections be? Let's just play card games. That sounds fun. Most of these wounds happened outside the city, on hunting expeditions or trade missions. The dour-faced nurse explains severely, raising her voice, which is why most of these maligners are guards. The patient nearest to her pretends to swoon. But what would I do, away from your gentle, tender gaze, O fair nurse? He clasps his hands to his bosom. Surely I would wither and perish. We'll see who withers when I give you your sponge bath, she retorts, and her patient draws up his blankets meekly, though his mouth still curves up a smile. Fragment, lost some terror. Oh, the third tower bell has sounded. I think there's 5 total, so that means I get 2 more things to do. So, we've done the open ward. Let's go to the fungal infections ward. The dour-faced nurse ties a mask around your face before leading you into a ward which is set over 2 floors. The first thing you notice are the patient's constant racking coughs. We give them syrups and remedies, the nurse tells you, but lung bloom is a chronic condition. Coughing is the only symptom in the milder cases, but as you walk further in, you begin to see hands and feet covered in mold, and then chest budding with little mushroom cups and lichen, and even a young girl with a fringed red-orange fungal flower blooming in place of an eye. It's the fungus harvester's disease, the dour-faced nurse tells you sadly, pulling you away. It only gets worse in the heat and light, but what can you do? 4th bell has sounded. Yeah, so let's return to the center. And I would like to entertain... No. The mansion. Well, he did invite us. You were not entirely sure what you were expecting from the jewel-turbaned youth's invitation. Perhaps a candlelit dinner and a genteel seduction. It turns out to be an evening of card games and chilled wine with his rather eclectic collection of friends. But as the wine is drunk and the cards are played, the gathering takes on a certain political tone. A raggedly dressed artisan begins complaining of the Agnahorti's trade restrictions. A novice priest points out contradiction in Mihir's mantras. A stone carver questions whether his daughters should also have to follow in the same profession. Will you, the jewel-turbaned youth stares at you, licking his lips, will you tell us a story? Tell them of myself, invent a fanciful tale, tell a wanderer's tale. I just will have to tell them of myself. It might be nice to be honest, especially to a group of people you've never have to meet again. You wet your throat with tart wine and fix your eyes on a carved lintel and begin your own somewhat convoluted tale. At the end, they look slightly dissatisfied, slightly relieved. We were hoping, the jewel-turbaned youth clears his throat, that you would tell us, he pitches his voice lower, lies. You were a little insulted after all. It's not as if you make a habit of telling strangers of your past. I mean, no insult, he adds placatingly. We only have true stories here in Varchas, and no inventions, no made-up tales. Okay, so he wants the tall tale. And I'm out of time, and I'm not going to decline, so let's just return. Nothing else to do. We can go to the inn. We're assigned a room. Will you sleep? All the visitors are given one night's accommodation in the city's only inn. It is the handsome stone mansion arranged around a pleasantly cool courtyard. Ferocious of city life are painted on the walls. Given how few visitors Varchas hosts, you suspect the inn is more usually used by philandering locals. Evening falls, or does it? The town's 5 principal mirrors are mounted on coiled spring mechanisms and alter their angles subtly to create the impression of evening. Across the city, the firekeepers throw pinches of colored powder into the lamps, and the quality of light yellows to a softer brightness. The wine-mazed lamplighter, he is dressed in saffron. The kitchens, ooh. courtyard. Let's do this. The smells of cooking mingle. You're going to let that put you off for food. Let's do it. The inn's cook makes thick spiced stews of fungus flowers and lotus root, eaten with chunks of boiled cassava and rice imported from inland. But it is the light, hungry fruit grower in the city which makes your mouth water. Tart-scented oranges and bruised yellow bananas, pineapples bursting with juice, tender coconuts with the silky white flesh scooped out, and sap sweet on the tongue. Do you not eat meat, you ask in wonderment, at the inn's cook calls to Mihir for strength. It is forbidden to eat the flesh of living creatures, he says. Luckily, Varchas don't fancy the seafaring life. Succeeded, and there is no darkness. Time to sleep. Evening falls, or does it? The town's 5 principal mirrors are mounted on... Okay, that's it. I think it's... We know that sleeping will lead to bad things, so we'll attempt not to sleep. Succeeded. Meditative evening. Up late, reading, thinking, watching. The shouts from the streets die as Varchas sleeps, but you're tired the next morning. You've gained terror. Your permitted time in Varchas is over. It is time to go. Dawn. Outsider time is strictly rationed. Each morning at dawn, the guard visits the inn and inject any they find. They are polite but definite. Into the dark. Return, the guard tells you, but not yet. With that, they usher you to the darkness beyond the walls. You blink, mirror dazzles from your eyes. It's cold out here. You gain a terror, and quality is gone. Cool. And I guess maybe there's either no shops, or I missed my opportunity. Alright, well I've got 8 fuel. Whether I go straight up or over here, it seems to make no difference. So I might as well go diagonal, because I'm planning on kind of going up that way anyways. But yeah, we're on the far side of the map, so we could run into some very nasty stuff. Oh. Like whatever that was. Didn't look like something I wanted to find out about. The inland discoveries changing a bit here. We've entered the Sea of Statues. Giants gape at us. King Gator's castle rises ahead, where fools give up their future. Okay, so it's revealed something is here to be found. I better hope I can find some fuel over here. That might be where I need to go. I want to discover something down here. Putting in the effort. Yeah, Banning Bluff. This has got to be, it's a hand. Come on. Let me discover it. What about this? This is giant. Oh, there's one of those golden ships. Oh, I probably have to get close to it. Oh, discovered King Eater Castle. If this is just some sort of ruins, there might not be anything for me to collect. Okay, I mean, there could be something in the corner, but probably not. Discovered Pennington. Okay, so that sounds like a little outpost of some sort. Let's see. Echoes stalk you through the colonnades. An old Vora city lives here in the far reaches of the Z. The priests are long gone, but sacrifices are still made. Perhaps you have come here to make a sacrifice. Perhaps the sacrifice is you. Stand at the altar with the gnomic Galvant. He has powdered one of his rubies and sprinkling into a vial of wine. No. Allow the engineer to go ashore. This is the place. Please, Captain, my time is close. Well, I'd like to go through their storyline before I just execute them or whatever. Act of faith, sacrifice stuff, lose your mind, eat your crew. Do not do this. This will destroy all your crew and any human or near human officers, and struggle will wound or even kill you. Offer your stories. Matter of luck. This may take you elsewhere at the cost of all your Z stories. If you're desperate to be somewhere else, let's compile a port report. Everything is horrible. It's not really an appropriate title for a formal report. Let's find something a little more clinical. And there's nothing available here, which kind of sucks. So, boom. I believe there's supplies there, but I believe there's a store here. And we do have money, so we can buy our way out of this mess for fuel. Yeah, but this is where getting the bigger ship with that big cargo hold is. You could just only buy fuel at the places where it's cheap. Not worrying about buying all this overpriced fuel. Oh, I'll take it. Veils. Do I have some veils I can earn? I do. Excellent. Yeah, and as I get spare stuff, I can start going for their storylines, I feel like, which could get me upgrades, or just general quests to go after. Nathan's Bluff. And now we enter the Calaminus. The wind is glorious. What kind of light? Why do sailors fear this place? Oh, we've got like a little shipwreck. Astival. Oh, it's on the other. I don't want to risk that. Have to go around. Discovered Lee's Harbor. Quite vibrant. Discovered Cobb's Way Bay. Alright, this, if we get another discovery on this, we'll just be... Now we need a couple discoveries to get our next secret. Oop. Maybe. Ostaville. Sun. Ooh. Sun. A great beam of sunlight bathes the island. Squint in the dazzle. Far above, there's a hole in the roof. In that light, you see beaches of white gold sand, trees heavy with bright fruit, reds and blues and greens of the surface. Investigate, gather supply. Ooh. First, let's get our port report. Write fast. The light scars. Your eyes water. The pages blur. The report is one of joy-filled complaint. Estival has a beauty too bright to be appreciated. Perhaps the Admiralty can find something of use. Alright, so we need fuel, ideally. So, supplies is where we're at. What? Breadfruit, sugarcane, coconut, soft-shelled crabs, and plump birds too stupid to know a hungry sailor from a tree. Asphalt is ripe with treasures unknown to the neath. Fill your hold. 11 supplies. That's amazing. Oh, and we can still investigate the ruins. Doing pretty good here. There was some sort of installation here, what looks like a handsome country house. Who was here, and what happened to them? A garden overgrown with berry bushes, a wooden trestle table set for a meal, chairs strewn with bones, a half-dozen skeletons, a red-breasted bird perches on a grinning cranium. It cocks an eye at you, and bursts into song. A liquid, thrilling sound. It seems unperturbed by as you approach to poke through the bones. No signs of violence, no fire, no bullets, no bites. These people died peacefully, sitting down to breakfast as the surface sun spilled over them. Sunlight can kill at any time. The longer you remain here, the more danger you're in. So why did they stay? Perhaps they stayed because Astival is as beautiful as anywhere in the Neath, and 10 times as generous. It's a fine place for a colony. You could found your own pocket kingdom if you could do something about the sun, but what? What has power over sunlight? What makes the impossible possible? To found a colony brings something to Astival that can protect against sunlight. You found hidden ambition. Colonize and improved Astival to found your own kingdom. Yes, yes, yes. Memory of distant shore. And there's nothing else I can do here other than just know that if I can pull 10-ish supplies from there consistently, that's something to be aware of. Yeah, now we have a little bit of a fuel issue. Yeah, if we got more discoveries, we might get a little secret. Any of these discoverable? That would be nice. Okay, what's our distance? Similar. We're gonna have to go the nativity. Oh, 600. Ouch. Okay, we'll go a little harder. Okay. We're as good as we can get. Very good. Go on a little adventure. Another sea beast. Yeah, if we're gonna buy stuff, how far do I have to get? Maybe like 2, 4 I can buy here again. Then 5. Okay, the scouting reaches. Still everything's high risk there. Let's get our... Oh, I can't do a port report. Oh, a delivery of trinkets. If I've got space in the hold, I'll take it. Meet with an emissary. He has witnessed much, yet seen nothing, since his sorrow spiders had harvested his eyes. That's not good. Trade supplies for silk. Let's meet with the emissary. Ah, my good sir, or is it madam, or another salutation perhaps? Pardon my ignorance. He taps his blindfold. The honor of serving the acrimonious masters does somewhat leave one at a disadvantage in matters of detail, he smiles. Blind to light is not, however, deaf to rumor. I wonder, might I prevail upon the good-natured individual I have heard contributed so much to our little festival? Splendid, splendid. He leans in close. My benefactors have charged me with seeking a special sustenance for a special occasion. I am sure an experienced sailor such as yourself sees through the necessary euphemism. Shall we say unfortunates of a little future, such as your tomb colonists? We perhaps a select few to find different destinations for the greater good. I can promise more than fair compensation for any subsequent regrets. You may be able to obtain trusting tomb colonist tourists at Vanderbilt if you've assisted them in the past. Oh, so just take the tomb colonist here instead. Interesting. So that is an option, and fuel expensive, but an option. What do I need? This is super expensive here, but I do have to go there. So maybe like 1, 2, 3 to get there. 1, 2. Are they going to be giving me supplies anywhere else? Probably not. I basically need a ton of fuel. But I will buy it a little at a time in case luck's on my side. Alright. Yeah, 20 is not the worst price in the world. Just not the best price. Oh my. Hopefully his lunge isn't long enough to get me. It's not. Gotta need something better than that. Alright, so if I just go straight up, I should just discover everything on my way. 11 fragments. We're close. Okay, so we're over that 1 hour mark, so we will be ending the episode upon landing at this next island. Yeah, the Island of Hands thing, there's quite a few adventures to do here anyways. And we are docked, thus ending the episode where I will continue on the quest with her. So catch y'all next time.